You know, and I remember standing there on my road shoes thinking, all right, escalate, de-escalate, because I got my road shoes on. All right, I only use mountain bike shoes now. All right, so if you're out there in Richmond Park doing laps in your 10,000 pound bike, your little Rafa jersey and your road shoes and not wearing any gloves and no self-defense skills, you're a sitting tuck. You're sitting tuck. All right, so what are you gonna do about it? You know, cyclists are pussies. Most cyclists are pussies. That's why we get picked on. That's why when someone picks on me, I don't see it as picking on me. I see it picking on a cyclist, and I just go into, you know, I act it. I go into rage. It's all an act to show people that cyclists, not all cyclists are pussies. Why don't people mess with the Hell's Angels? These guys in machetes going to go and attack the Hell's Angels dudes on their motorbikes, do the Harley Davidson? That's not going to happen, mate. You know why? Because there'll be consequences. Go pick a cyclist. Most cyclists are pussies. They're all little keyboard warriors. In real life, they're, you know, get them in a street fight situation. They're running for the hills in their Rafa shoes and Rafa jersey, zipped up all the way. He's got a machete! He's got a machete! Big fucking deal. There'll be a lot of, I saw on their Instagram, all the haters, the trolls, doing right, blah, blah, blah. All you pussies, if we're all there in the bunch, behind Alex, I'll be probably the only one who, those pussies who go, do know you're wrong. I would stand up for Alex. You wouldn't. You'd be running away. You'd be pissed. You'd be running. And I'll be there helping him. Alright? I'll be there helping him. Mark my words. Wouldn't happen on my watch. It would happen on your watch, because you're pussies, but not on my watch. Alright, Alex Richardson, cyclist, attacked Richmond Park, London, ganked his bike, got ganked, his Canyon Aero got ganked, we weren't doing disc brake jokes. So it's a very unfortunate situation. I'll tell you a quick story. First of all, I've lived in London before. Man, 2001, 2003, I was there, I was racing and that. London's going to the dogs, mate. Sorry, dogs. London's like, mate, what are you doing in the UK, people? UK is just falling apart. Get the heck out of there. Anyway, unfortunately. Let me tell you a quick story. In 1994, here in Adelaide, South Australia, where I'm now, I was on Hindley Street. Hindley Street is probably one of the most violent streets in the world. Hindley Street, especially in the 90s. And I remember being there with a few of my graffiti gang friends, and there's a few undercover cops there, sort of sussing us out. They had the radios. We knew them. They called them D's. D's for detective, undercover detective. There was a fight across the road, king hits, brawling, and these D's just sort of stood there, like arms folded, just watching the fight. You know, they're just getting pounded. And I'm thinking these cops are watching someone getting smashed. And then a few minutes later, the uniformed cops come and, you know, arresting people. And I was like, wow, the cops don't care. Why? Most cops suffer from PTSD. Right? This shit you'll see as a cop, you're seeing homicides, domestic violence, all sorts of crazy stuff. It just messes with your head. Right? Combine that with like pay and overtime and marriage issues and shit. If you're married and stuff and you're a cop, your whole life's falling apart as a cop. Being a cop absolutely would suck. There'd be fun parts, but if you've got a family and stuff, it'd just be totally stressful. So most cops don't care, alright? They just got their own life. So if you're gonna rely on the police to keep you safe, you're dreaming, man. You're dreaming. Like we're here, this is a pretty rough part of Adelaide, Australia, alright? If something goes down now, I'm ready for combat. I'm armed. Like I'm ready. You know, I got insane fitness. I'm 80 kilos on steroids, and I got street experience. You know, not afraid. I don't think you really lived as a fighter until you've been knocked out from behind. You've been in a hospital. You've been for the court system. I've been in prison before. I've been around. You know, especially as a little guy growing up, I was picked on a lot. You know, getting people trying to mug me and stuff. I've never been mugged. We used to call it a gank for your Nikes or your hat or your jacket. Or roll. We could have rolled in the 90s. So I was like the skinny dude, the Lacoste jacket, and people would try and roll me, but no one ever succeeded because I had fire in me. And then as I became into martial arts and became a bit more, you know, scrapping with my brothers and just, you know, it's just shit, you mature. So I'm not afraid of conflict. I always try to avoid it and understand the court system really well now, you know. So there's times when you should just escalate down, avoid conflict for sure, all right? The best fight is the one you never have. But in a situation like Richardson's case, as soon as he fled, they're onto him. They're onto him. That's where he lost. All right. If you show fear, there's 4-on-1. These guys are pussies, man. They're not. I wouldn't call them pussies. They probably come from a violent background as well, PTSD and all sorts of shit. They're pussies, man. They're weaklings. 4-on-1. They're on motorbikes. You're gonna push you. You gotta turn around. You gotta fight them, man. You gotta go show rage. This Richardson guy, insane fitness. There's no UFC fighter that would match his VO2 max or mine. especially his. All right, he's in great shape. He's got that fitness. Whether he can fight or not, or whether he's just a prissy boy, we don't know, and that's okay. But you know, you got to if you're gonna be out there in society, if you've got a family, you got to be able to learn to defend yourself. All right, with weapons or without. You know, best. You got to have some life experience. So this guy fled, man. If that was me, man, those guys would have been fleeing. All right, the fact that one of them put out a machete, that was just for show, man. That was just for show. If they were going to use that, that would have been the first thing you saw. You're getting whacked on the back and getting lacerated up, man. Right? When they pull the machete out, that's just for show. Right? They're just intimidating, man. And he goes, oh, okay, no worries. Take my bike, take everything. Pussy, man. Right? Learn how to fight, bro. Have a break from cycling for a bit. I mean, obviously, anyway, that's another story. I'm just saying, most cyclists are fucking pussies, man. That's why we get raged on the street. Most cyclists are fucking pussies, man. They got their little road shoes and a little fucking Rafa jersey. You know, look at me. I look like a pussy with my pink top and my orange helmet. We had some dude before raging at me, and I raged. I went psycho at him, and he backed right down. He was just like, I wasn't expecting that, you know. And he just drove off. So
and not drove off in front of you. He stopped to turn right to drive away from you.
He didn't even go past me, man. He was like trying to get razzed up, and I just went, cutting loose, as you see me on TV do. So I cut loose on this dude, big guy, angry looking dude. And he just like, okay, mate, backing down. Because these people are pussies, man. If they see you, if they attack from behind, attack in numbers, pull out a weapon to try and intimidate you, they're scared of you. You call their bluff, man. And then they respect you. They're going to back down. Okay, cool. Right, that's just how it is. But you've got to learn self-defense and what's excessive use of force. You've got to understand the court system, because the judges don't care about you. They just got to follow the rule book, right? So you've got to learn, like I've been in situations where people are like, why don't you fight back more? And I was like, well, I don't want to get sued. I don't want to, I don't want to miss out on certain things, certain benefits of being in that situation. You've got to use your brain, all right? And you've got to have great situational awareness. These junkies that would have stolen his bike would have had drug issues, their nutrition's shit, they're undercarb, they're dehydrated, their VO2 max is probably 15, right? So they've got to gas out really quick. They would have skills. Like, if you got skills as a fighter, you don't mug people. You just don't. They're thugs, gutless thugs. People who are thugs don't have fighting skill. They have numbers. That's their only skill. And it's not a skill. It's easy to bluff. So you find out who's the alpha. That's generally the first guy who's coming at you, and you take him out, all right? You take him out mentally, you take him out physically, you're taking him out. That's just how it works, like a honey badger, man. You got to have honey badger-esque going on there. So that's the first mistake that he ran, man. If someone came right now, I ain't running. It's going down, all right? And there ain't going to be like a push and a shove. It's like, I fear for my life, we're going into it. There's no like reservation there. But again, you don't want to be into court system. The best fight's the one you avoid. But there's times when your life's in danger or someone's life's in danger, you got to man up. You got to step up, all right? And you got to go in full rage, just everything, everything. But also thinking as well, spatial awareness, things like that. But I think it takes a lot of fights, a lot of street fights, real fights. Ring stuff's great as well, but the street, man, no one's coming to save you, all right? No one's coming to save you. The cops aren't going to save you. They'll be there in 10 minutes, So you got to be armed. That's another video. But you definitely have to be armed, because sometimes you've got to be against 4-on-1 or 5-on-1. Or the guy's bigger than you, comes from behind, etc. You've got to always be armed. And there's many ways around that. Alright, so anyway, that's the video. Unfortunate thing for him. But yeah, man, never fled. They knocked him off his bike, man. They knocked him off his bike because he fled. Alright, as soon as you run, man, they're like, alright, he's a pussy, let's get him. They don't respect that. So you got to understand the mind game of thugs. And all they understand, man, they're like computers. You got to punch the information in. That's all they understand, man. That's all they understand.